Hello and welcome to more memories of a forgotten town in our regular history series Swindon Through the Years, as we delve back into the archive of the town's former cable operator Swindon Cable, and a series that I produced almost 20 years ago. You may remember that in the first series we viewed images from the past with a short explanation. It had many people trying to guess what the location looked like in a more modern view. So when it came to producing a second series, we thought it'd be more advantageous to compare the original view alongside a modern view of the same location. Well, this week, as I'm sure you can guess from the view behind me, I'm at Coate, a location that Swindonians have been enjoying for well over 100 years. Today we'll be making the comparisons and a view from a world long gone, comparing those views with the ones more familiar from today. Look out for the finger signpost at the Marlborough Road junction with Hodson Road, and here at Coate, where Swindon people, as I've already mentioned, have spent much of their leisure time over the last 100 years. So time to turn the clock back now as we take a closer look at another of our Swindon Through the Years. With the help of the Swindon Society, we're stepping back in time to Swindon of yesteryear. A selection of images then and now from around the town. Our then picture takes us back to 1960, to the area that was once known as Lower Town. There's a definite air of the 1960s. As we move forward the best part of 40 years, the buildings to the right of the picture undergo the most dramatic changes, with many of the early buildings being demolished during the road widening. The traffic flow increases and even the buses around the town undergo a transformation. Field Estate was built between 1934 and 1935. Houses could be bought from £730. This view from 1936 shows an ornamental feature, a traffic island. A few young shrubs have been planted in the middle. 1999 shows the estate as being well established. The young trees and shrubs have now fully grown and take away the stark image of the early days. The ornamental roundabout now provides a useful aid to traffic control, the shrubs having fully bloomed. Here's Coate Road at the junction with Hodson Road, an area also known as Piper's Corner, and a picture taken around 1925. The telegraph pole and the finger signpost give the impression of a country scene. To 1999, and that country scene has now long since gone. The junction of what is now Marlborough Road with Broom Manor Lane has undergone some major changes. Houses were built to line both roads. The mature trees have disappeared, but the road layout remains basically the same. Further along Marlborough Road, it's the main entrance to the Coate Country Park. This view from the 1930s shows the sign promoting bathing, boating, fishing and teas. The young shrubs planted in the traffic island small enough to provide a clear view across towards Dayhouse Lane. We move forward almost 70 years. The traffic island is still there, although now filled in. Vehicles entering Coate now pass through a new entrance. The gates to the park still exist, but the sign has gone, and the trees and shrubs are displaying their maturity. The sluice gate allowed water to flow down to the canals, the whole reason for which Coate was originally built. This picture from around 1900 shows the gate and a lady perched precariously above the flowing water. Almost a century later, at the same location. The gate near the ranger's cottage has now been filled in. The lake has a new overflow control point. The date in the keystone above the arch shows the date of building as 1822. Filled in and bricked up, it reflects the changing role of the town's canals. The council took over the land that was previously used by the canals in 1914. They undertook the responsibility to maintain the dam that formed the lake with the intention of creating the area into a country park. It was a popular venue for a day out for Swindonians back in the 1920s. An 80-year gap shows there have been few changes to the park. Some of the trees have been cut back and the dam has received some major reconstruction. The paths have also received attention to cope with the constant pounding from visitors. Here's a view from 1955 that clearly shows the diving board. At one time, bathing was an important feature of Coate. An impressive concrete diving board was built to replace the earlier wooden one. The 45-year gap between the pictures seems to have made little impact. It's a credit to those that have the future of the site in their hands that the park looks much the same as it did in the days of the canals. Swimming in the lake, of course, is no longer allowed. Coate had its own outdoor swimming pool, and this view shows a crowd of people making the most of the pool. In the background stands an impressive fountain, and beyond that the wooden changing rooms. Today the pool still exists, although it's now been partially filled in to act as a paddling pool. The wooden changing huts have now gone, along with the water feature. An autumnal day in 1999 provides a stark contrast. It's 1905 and a view of the boathouse next to the first wooden diving board. A tranquil scene showing just how unspoilt the lake at Coate was. The modern view shows the boathouse has gone, along with the wooden diving board. The trees have been cut back and the dam around the lake reinforced to ensure it continues to hold back the water. And finally, a view of the original children's paddling pool. The concrete pool has kept thousands of youngsters amused for hours. For the lack of toilets and changing facilities, some of the major reasons for moving the pool. In fact, the pool still exists today. It's filled with sand and continues to play host to the youngsters as they make the most of the various climbing frames. Remembering the Swindon of yesteryear, with the help of the Swindon Society, a glimpse of Swindon through the years. Don't forget, please like, comment or share on Facebook and YouTube, and look out next time when we'll be taking a closer look at the canals in and around Swindon.